bunch of random people asking them why they joined the army. Why'd you join the army?
Camaros.
Why'd you join the army?
I hate myself.
Why'd you join the army?
I don't know.
Frost. Why'd you join the army?
I hate my life.
Triple, why'd you join the army?
This gourmet food.
Gourmet. Pullman, why'd you join the army?
I thought I'd be allowed to eat in peace.
Fuck you.
Flores, why'd you join the army? Hey, Holmes, why'd you join the army?
What?
Yeah.
I don't fucking know, bro.
Hey, why'd you join the army? Why'd you join the army? Hey, why'd you join the army?
I don't know, man. I thought that was a good idea at the time, bro.
Hey, Bullard, why'd you join the army?
Money.
Why'd you join the army?
I'm retarded.
Arapoa, why did you join the army? Because I hate my life. Vasquez, why'd you join the army? Because I hate my life. Yeah. Finney, why'd you join the army?
I know.
Bissell, why'd you join the army? My dad told me to.
I don't know. I'm retarded.
Sergeant Johnson, why'd you join the army?
It's better than the Navy.
Why'd you join the army, Gardner?
I don't know. I wanted to make my dad proud, but here I am.
Maynard, why'd you join the army?
I'm gonna keep that at college. They like potatoes on
Bateman, why'd you join the army?
Why not?
Why'd you join the army?
Got lost.
Arapoa.
Right, and it says, and if a house be divided against itself, all right, and a house meaning a race of people, you know, it said a house being divided against itself, that house cannot stand, all right, and if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand but have an end. And that's what happened to the house of Israel. When the house of Israel divided, then you had Jerusalem and Israel. Well, we fell as a people. Same thing is happening to the so-called white man right before your face. This is prophecy.
That Lithuania and Poland are setting up the conditions to provoke Russia into attacking one or the other or both. And this will draw in all the other NATO states, including the United States.
Yep.
Now, it doesn't take a genius to realize that the brains behind this idiotic idea are American brains, the Biden administration. There are crazies in the State Department and in the U.S. Senate and in the Biden administration itself. They all want war with Russia. And they're sick and tired of pussyfooting around using the proxy of Ukraine to fight against the Russians. And so they want to have American troops fighting directly against Russians. This will be a catastrophe, and I will explain to you why. Because you see, the Ukrainian armed forces were NATO trained. NATO trained approximately 10 to 12,000 Ukrainian troops every year for the past 8 years. That is, approximately 80 to 100,000 Ukrainian soldiers were trained to NATO standards. NATO standards in terms of tactics, maneuvers, communication, control, everything. The Ukrainian armed force was the largest, best equipped, and best trained NATO army that has ever been fielded. Man for man, it was better than the American armed forces, and that's the truth. They're certainly better motivated because, after all, the Ukrainian soldiers, well, they're defending their own land from the Russian invaders. So they're better trained, better equipped, and more motivated. And they have been annihilated.
Wow.
What do you think will happen to Lithuanian troops, Polish troops, or American troops that go up against the Russians? They're going to be annihilated too, especially because the Russian troops at this time, what they have been doing is that they have been rotating all of their troops constantly. They've only put in, at any one given time, about 190,000 troops. At this time, it's estimated that they only have 130,000 troops. But their entire army of over 1 million men has been rotated through Ukraine. They all have combat experience, hardcore combat experience. They're going to annihilate the Americans. And this is where the danger comes in. I don't care how much you love the American flag. I don't care how much you say that America #1 and best equipped army and all that bullshit. The fact is they're going to be annihilated by the Russians like that. And after, the Biden administration, out of panic and out of a cavalier attitude that it's no big deal, they are going to use nuclear weapons. They are going to do that. The United States has never taken off the first strike option from its menu of options insofar as a military conflict is concerned.
Shalom Akim. Koholoyim La Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi Bahashem HaHAITIANS. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of great millstone, of whom I've grown in this truth under. Shalom to the Akim out there that's pushing the truth, that's laboring in the word, and that's pushing the gospel of the great kingdom that's soon to come. Shalom to the Yahawah that's listening in, that's remaining true to the faith, and remaining faithful and submissive to their husbands and guiding their children. And shalom to the hopeful elect of the 12 tribes scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. Peace and blessings to you all. Barak Thumb. Right, and I was listening to the Elder Malcolm earlier. That video that I shared with y'all, and that particular part, that particular, you know what I mean, space of the video, that's what caught my attention the most. You know, and sparked my spirit to make this lesson, because America is not going to make this. America is not going to make it, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remembered that video with all those soldiers giving their reasons as to why they even joined, you know, the military. You see what I'm saying? And you know, through the spirit, I looked it up, and I found that footage, and I decided to add that to the lesson, man, because, you know, it brings the point home, man. It brings the point home as to why that dude said what he said, that it doesn't matter how much America rah, you know what I'm saying, and all that garbage that they spew out, you know, it doesn't matter how many times you say it. It doesn't matter how it doesn't even matter how you know, how sincerely you say that shit. It ain't gonna mean a goddamn thing, man. It ain't gonna mean a damn thing. America is going to lose this. These soldiers are not soldiers. These are not soldiers. You ask these jokers why they joined, they ain't got a damn clue. They ain't got a clue. You got women in the military. You got these jokers, man. These jokers, they don't even know what genders they want to be. You see what I'm saying? And they got rifles and whatnot. They're not battle hardened. You see what I'm saying? They're not battle hardened. The way the joker was talking, you know what I'm saying? These Russians are treated like Navy SEALs in training endurance. They are given Navy SEAL training endurance. You see what I'm saying? But the average soldier, the average U.S. soldier, man, fuck that shit, man. To hell with that, man. These jokers don't even know why they're there. They don't even know what they're doing. You see what I'm saying? These guys are walking bullet sponges. You're saying these women are going to be ravished over there, boy. Listen, man, it's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be pretty. If they go up against Gog and Magog, man, they're not going to be dealt sweetly. Let me put it that way. They're not going to be dealt sweetly. You know what I'm saying? They're going up against the Medes. They're going against the hardened fighter. You see what I'm saying? They're not going to make that, right? And that's why the scriptures say what it says, man. That's why the scriptures say what they say. Let's get a scripture real quick. Bear with me. All right, this is the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 16, verse 34. And it says, in the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine. You see what I'm saying? This is going to be this isn't going to end well for these Edomites, man. It's not going to end well for Babylon the Great. It's not. It's not. These jokers are cowards. These jokers are cowards. You see what I'm saying? They didn't join for any of these hardened cause, like for the sake of the country, for for their families or no, man. They ain't got nothing in the sense of morale. As the one dude said in the video, these guys over in Ukraine, they're better equipped, they're better trained, and they have far more morale. They have far more of a reason and a cause to pick up arms and a sense of duty for their country, so on and so forth, right? And they're still getting demolished by the Medes. They still getting demolished. And you seriously think that you're gonna send these kids in there when they don't even know why they're there in the first place? This is gonna be devastating in every sense of the word. It's gonna be devastation, man. It's gonna be devastation. You see what I'm saying? I'm not a military person, you know what I'm saying? I'm not in the military. I've never been in the military, right? But I know Elder Malcolm was in the military. I know Brother Amawan Gabar was in the military. Salaki Amawan Abad, he was in the military. You see what I'm saying? There's other brothers, you know what I'm saying? Yahawah the Maccabees, he was in the military. You see? These jokers know what's at stake here, man. They know what these kids is gonna be facing. These kids ain't never known no combat, man. The moment they said that we could be going into war with Russia, you got these females doing TikToks and doing all that stuff, talking about I'm scared, or how could you tell me that, or I signed up for this? You know what I'm saying? They have no cause. You see what I'm saying? They're not prepared for none of this. That's why it says this: in the war shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine, man. And it's gonna be death. It's gonna be deadly, man. It's gonna be a straight up bloodbath. You send them against the Medes, boy. You send them against Russia. Look, man, none of them coming home. Ain't none of them coming home. And then they got Yahawah to deal with, man. Because in World War III, that's when the Most High is gonna send His Son to show up. You see what I'm saying? Then it's gonna really be on. Then it's gonna really be on, man. On all fronts. Right? These soldiers, they're not soldiers, man. These are not soldiers. Right? These are not soldiers. These are kids joining for a paycheck. These are kids joining because it looks cool. These are kids, you know what I'm saying? These is girls showing up so they can try and prove that they're strong while they twerking in fucking uniform. You see what I'm saying? Doing TikToks in the platoon. Hey, man, it's over, man. It's over. It's over. Right? It's over. These Russians is about to wipe the floor with them, man. But I had to bring that out, man, because that was on my spirit, man. That was on my spirit because as the guy was explaining in the video, it was just becoming so clear to me, and that video came right back to my recollection. These guys are finished. These guys are finished. If Ukraine is getting dealt the way they're getting dealt with, thousands by the week. You see what I'm saying? Thousands by the week, dropping every single day. You know what I'm saying? Hundreds a day. And these are jokers that went through more serious training than Americans. Babylon is not gonna make it through this, man. Call hello, Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi, man. You see what I'm saying? This just got to be done, man. It's got to be over. You know what I'm saying? You can send your rainbow crowd over there. You know what I'm saying? Give them an AK, Salakia, an AR-15. You can go ahead and do that. Go ahead and do that. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and do that. With they confused ass. Watch what happens, man. Watch what happens. It's gonna be a straight up bloodbath. A bloodbath. You see what I'm saying? fucking jokers in pink cameo. It's over, man. It's over. It's finished. All right, so I'm gonna cut that there, man. I pray this lesson was edifying. I want to say, call Haloyim La, Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi, Bahashem Harakahakadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders, a great millstone, and for my throne in this truth under. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Shalom.